And as a result, somebody's going to have to lose their job over this. I don't think the speaker is going to remain in power. That's my prediction. I'm not in the House. If I'm correct in that, and I think I am, we need bold new leadership, outside leadership, and I think it needs to be a Doge speaker. It needs to be either Vivek Ramaswamy or it needs to be Elon Musk. Look.
And it seemed like the number one thing that Elon online and all the other conservatives that I saw posting about it, the complaints were that there was too much paper, that there was simply too many pieces of paper, and they kept posting piles. Like they would post like the original pile and then like the pile they wanted, and they're like, look, see how much less paper it is? Like it seemed like that, it seemed about like that a level of object permanence to them. What was your take on that?
You know, I think that the conversation, it needs to happen, right? And if Elon, for the greater good, he might not feel like he can outwardly come out as president, but I think we maybe should start considering him for Speaker of the House. I was listening to Jesse Waters the other day, and I was hearing some compelling evidence that maybe through some finesse, because of the just barbaric and discriminatory laws in this country, Elon can't be our president, right? Because otherwise, you know, the left would just use that against us forever, right? We've got some ideas to finesse him into, you know, another kind of power.
Yeah, I mean, like Jesse is now the like institutional fluffer, I guess, for like Trump and everything on Fox because Tucker's gone now, and so like, well, Jesse will do it. And you know what's so funny? It seems like Tucker didn't take almost any views away from Fox because I guess Fox viewers are people who literally physically can't change the channel or whatever, but they're still doing
their bread and butter, dude. That's what we knew all along.
Yeah,
these are people who have to watch the cable box.
So Jesse has nicely eased his way into being the number one new fluffer.
Feeling himself.
But like it is so undignified when you have to shift from fluffing Trump to fluffing Elon. Like it is really, really tough to watch. And so basically Elon did a bunch of tweets. And let's watch this first.
Well, I don't think Johnson likes you now. Next time you guys see each other walking through the halls of Congress, he's going to probably kick you in the leg.
He is a good man, a friend. He's been a friend for a long time, great person. He's lost control of this process.
Okay.
And I don't know how he can remain in power. We need Elon or Vivek as speaker.
He's man,
yes,
politics is tough, Senator Lee.
Well, it is, especially when you try to jam an entire country with the 1,500-page bill that nobody's read, and you try to trick them and bully them into doing it. Some of us take that personally, Jesse.
Yeah, no, I don't like it either. I think it's terrible, and we got to stop doing it, and it's got to stop now.
I like how Jesse is just like, you know what? I understand my role now. Kind of as you mentioned, Tucker's gone. He's like, I need to spoon feed my talking points to this audience, so I'm going to write down before I leave for work 10 things that I'm going to say. I've got 35 words I'm allowed to use, and I'm going to use them for every single segment, right? Yep, it's not good. I don't like it. In fact, it's bad. We've got to do something about it. We definitely do. I hear you. We're going to have to do something about it because it's really bad.
Especially because
it's really bad.
Neither of these motherfuckers have read any of it to have any specific complaint other than too much paper. Too much paper. But yeah, I mean, the key thing here is just like the absolute just fucking strapping on the knee pads and getting on all fours this early before Trump's even taken office for these people like Elon and Vivek. I mean, it seems like they passed a resolution like last night or 2 nights ago or whatever. So it seems like some Republicans were still like, fuck off. But it was alarming just to see like how pathetic all these people were and how they were instantly going to let like Elon be the president. So I guess I'm curious, like, long game, Zach, do you think that this is like a sustainable thing? Because I'm kind of two minds. Like, one, Elon does have enough money to literally spend in every single congressional race and threaten every single race in this country. And like the people warning of the oligarchs or whatever and all the rich fuckers, that is definitely fully on the table now. But I gotta say, you can't underestimate how lazy and how distracted and how on ketamine Elon is. So what's your take?
So I think it is going to depend on how long people are watching the shiny object. I don't think it's going to last very long. I think he's going to do a lot of damage quickly, don't get me wrong, before Elon moves on. But we have to remember, you're right, that he's lazy. And do you know who's even lazier, dare I say? Do you know who's even more hard to engage with? Donald Trump, right? And Donald Trump is not going to love the attention that people are giving to Elon Musk, and I think that's going to be Elon's kryptonite. I think he flew too close to the sun, and he has to understand that if you're the billionaire donor, you're not the star. That you're working through Donald Trump. You need to manipulate Donald Trump. You need to make sure that no matter what, Donald Trump knows that you have the money, which he wants, and you have to tell Donald Trump what you want from him, and you have to encourage him, and you have to always say nice things about him so that he thinks you love him, and so he'll do what you say, even if it flies in the complete opposite direction of what he's promised the crowd yesterday. You know, I'm going to end all the wars, and then he'll immediately sit down with Benjamin Netanyahu's wife and talk about how, of course, we're going to give Israel whatever they want. Okay? That's because he knows where his bread is buttered. Okay? But he also knows how to work a crowd. So if Elon had any sense, which he doesn't, right? He just comes in and fucks things up and buys his way through it. He is essentially like Kendall from Succession. Okay? He's the kind of guy that has a shit ton of money, but nobody likes him. And every time he enters the room, it's like, oh my God, even other rich people hate him because he's a loser and he wants to be the center of attention and everybody hates looking at him, right? So he's constantly like a fucking toddler in a room. You know, oh, daddy, look at me. Oh, daddy, like, watch me. I'm doing and except it's not your child who you love and that you want to feel supportive and nourished. Okay. It's some 48-year-old, 50-year-old fucking man child. Okay. Who keeps hanging around you like a dog on a leash because he's got your bread in the game. At some point, you're going to be like, I think I can find money somewhere else. Get the fuck away from me.
Exactly. Yeah, I think so. And especially when you don't need the money anymore. Like, you're in the White House now. So all of this is
for your
just
second term.
Yeah, so